Sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Waterbury Athletics YouTube channel. Sky Channel 16 are bringing you an interstate holiday hoops matchup tonight, and we have the Washington Patriots all the way from Charlestown, West Virginia, taking on the Wilby Wildcats in Waterbury, Connecticut. We are introducing our starting lineups, and for the visiting Washington Patriots, we have number 23, Josh Moriarty, number 00, Malik Smith, number 52, George Welty, number 1, Chris Dolman, and the captain, number 3, Chance Zimmerman. Now we're introducing the home team, the Wilby Wildcats, with a roar from the home crowd. Number 11, Junie Guerrera in the starting lineup. DJ Melendez, number 21, also in the starting lineup for Wilby. Connie Glenn, number 13. Number 12, Brandon Beeman. And number 23, Lewis Howard, round out your starting lineup. I mentioned we have an interstate hoops matchup here tonight, but there is some local flair as well. Washington Patriots head coach Trent Hilliard was a former Wilby coach himself, and he'll be taking on head coach Alan Piccolo and his Wilby Wildcats tonight. We'll pause quickly for the national anthem, and then we'll get underway here at Wilby. As fans take their seat, we're getting pretty close to getting underway here. I did mention head coach Trent Hilliard of the Washington Patriots. He brings his team back to Wilby High School with a 1-2 record. They won their last game against Broadfording Christian Academy. Say that 5 times fast, but they escaped with their first win of the season, a 51-41 win over that team. And what a way to spend the Christmas break for the kids from Charlestown, West Virginia. They're traveling, playing some hoops, much like a college basketball program would at this time of season, but they have another game against Maryland in a few days' time to round out their trip, and they'll head back to West Virginia to the home confines and get the rest of their season underway. This is their first game in 2 weeks, so we'll see if we notice any rust here. As for Wilby, they played yesterday, so maybe some tired legs could come into effect, but it's good to be in high school, I'll tell you that much. These kids are probably fresh, ready to play some basketball, ready to put on a show for the hometown team, and we are about to jump it. We've got number 12, Brandon Beeman, against number 52, George Welty, for the tip here. Beeman's going to sky high for it, but he tips it all the way out of bounds. Junie Guerrera can't chase it down, and it'll be white basketball. Washington Patriots will have the first chance to score here in the first quarter. Captain, number 3, Chance Zimmerman, will look for his leadership A lot of times at the high school level, captains are going to be leading by example as well as verbally and try to be a good example for the rest of the team. So let's see how Chance Zimmerman plays tonight and if they feed off him. The first play is a beaut off of a screen. The floater doesn't go for number 23, Josh Moriarty, and Wilby's going to come away with a defensive rebound. The big body of Lewis Howard hands it off to Junior Garena. Howard gets it back on the wing. He'll fire the three, no hesitation. In and out, a little bit unlucky there. Number 1, Chris Dolman, comes away with it, and he'll speed up the court. Tapped away momentarily, but let's see if Washington Patriots can get on the board first. It's Zimmerman at the top of the key. Off to Dolman. He's got 0 Malik Smith on the wing here, but he dribbles it right into the pocket of Junior Garena. He'll try to get a pass that bounces right to Howard, and it's fumbled away now, and it's going to be Wilby basketball. So some turnovers, some missed shots to start us off here. Let's see if we can get on the board. Wilby will have it underneath their own basket. Try to run a play for a bucket here. Alan Piccolo gives the order to the team. It's Howard. He pops out and finds Garena. Connie Glenn, who led the team in scoring last game with 17, will have it at the top of the key. Look to break down his man, but gets fouled. A little bit of a bump there. George Welty certainly has the height to compete with the Wilby Wildcats, so him staying out of foul trouble is going to be huge for the visiting Patriots. He's going to need to be a presence, both rebounding and low post scoring tonight for the Patriots. Lewis Howard off to Garena. Deep 2. Rim, no good. Zimmerman skies for the rebound, finds Welty, and he kicks it to Dolman. Dolman in transition again, and that's going to be a jump ball. Great play by Junior Garena. 2 of the smallest guys on the court going at it there. They're going to display their heart all night long. Looks like that's going to be a battle to watch with the short point guards. 6:46 left in the first quarter, and we still have no score. On paper, this looks like it's going to be a tough matchup for the Patriots. They come in averaging only 39 points a game while giving up 73. On the flip side, the undefeated Wilby Wildcats at 3-0 are scoring almost 68 points a game and giving up only 48. So that mixed with home court advantage looks like this could be an easy win for Wilby. But we have some early fouls now for the Patriots that could come into effect. Chance Zimmerman, again with the body bump, is going to get called for that one. Inbound to Lewis Howard. Quickly back to DJ Melendez. Melendez at the top of the key, dribbles. Asks for the screen, he's going to come off of it. Nowhere to go, but Beeman down low. Now baseline, Beeman makes a nice cut to the basket, off the glass and in. Brandon Beeman. And we have some points on the board with 6:15 left to go. Wilby takes the 2-0 lead. Chris Dolman, pressured by Garena, he gets all the way to the paint. Out to Zimmerman on the wing to reset. Welty with a good screen. Zimmerman, corner, Moriarty. Pump fake, and he'll throw it away. DJ Melendez says, I'll take that. Great hustle by 21, but it's poked away by Dolman. So more evidence of Garena and Dolman being the Energizer bunnies for both of their teams. The play is never over. Be careful with the basketball around the 2 of them. Both with steals early and knockaways, deflections. They should be pests all night. Lewis Howard down low. The pass not good enough to get to him, though, and it's Moriarty in transition against 13, Connie Glenn, and they're going to call a travel. Looked like there might have been some tangling of feet there, but the ref says travel. And the Washington Patriots are now 2 minutes and 10 seconds without a field goal in the early going. It's going to be passed into Garena here, and he's going to dribble into the front court. Beat the timer. Get a screen from Howard. Go baseline. Looks like it was kicked away. No call from the ref. Connie Glenn on the wing now with some good dribbling, and he gets knocked going up, so he'll shoot 2 at the line. That's a foul on Welty, I believe. Let's see. 5-2. That might be the second on George Welty, so the big man might have a seat on the bench next to Coach Hilliard coming up here. We'll see if that leads to a sub. It won't for the time being. Hilliard showing some confidence in the big man with 5:36 left in the first quarter. Connie Glenn's free throw barely grazes front rim, and he'll try to connect on the second one to give the Wilby Wildcats a 3-0 lead. Long on that one, and Welty comes away with the rebound. They might be calling a violation here. Yes, that is it. So we'll re-rack. Players will find their way back to the free throw line, and Connie Glenn's got a bonus try from the charity stripe. Hoists up the free throw, and nothing but net. So we were short, we were long, and then we had a swish there for Connie Glenn. Third time's the charm, and it's 3-0 Wilby. Dolman, after a great screen from Welty, leaves everybody in the dust, dishes it off to Moriarty, who's under the hoop. He puts it up, can't get the roll. Ball finds its way back to him. He's got options. He'll shoot, though. Long again, and it's Connie Glenn with the rebound. Up ahead to Junior Garania, and he's going to go up with it and get fouled. Dolman hustling back again. Washington getting into the paint, getting into the right areas. They just haven't gotten one to drop. A little bit unlucky on that occasion. So again, at the free throw line, we have Garania for the Wilby Wildcats, and he'll look to add to the lead. Long on the free throw. So now Wilby is technically 1 for 4 from the line. They had 2 free throws from Glenn, and he added a third after the violation, was able to make 1, and Garania is going to miss the first. Let's see if Wilby can turn this around from the free throw line in the early going here, leaving some points on the board as they try to pull away early from the Patriots. It's Garania, it's up and good, so he's in the score sheet now, and it's 4-0 Wilby. 5:10 left in the first quarter here. Dolman with some good dribbling again, all the way to Welty, but he fumbles the pass in transition. So the frustration starting to mount here for the Patriots, yet to crack the scoreboard. They're doing a good job of breaking down the Wilby defense, as I mentioned, getting in the right areas, but the basket is just not cooperating with them at the moment. Into the game is number 2, Aaron James for Wilby. And number 14, Ben Hale, has been an early sub for Washington. Only new faces in the game at the moment, and it's Dolman trying to drive, and he's going to get bumped by Garania. It's going to be called on the floor, so it'll be an inbounds pass for the Patriots. Now with 4:42 left in the first quarter, when will the Patriots score? I mentioned Wilby playing yesterday. It was a 63-38 dispatching against Watertown. So they were able to stay locally as the Washington Patriots had to travel a long way for this game. Ben Hale's going to be long on the 3. George Welty's going to be blocked on the offensive putback, and here comes Wilby. Garania, oh, it's Melendez actually, and he's fouled. Are we going to call that on the floor? Yes, we are. Melendez and Garania trying to trick me tonight with the similar haircuts. I'll do my best to sort those two out, but it was Melendez drawing the foul, and he will inbound the ball. Malik Smith checking back in for Josh Moriarty. So the starter gets his first break of the game. And here's Aaron James. Not sure what we have here. Green 23 offensive foul, so that's going to be Lewis Howard. Second foul for Wilby tonight. 5 fouls already for the Patriots, so the bonus is looming for the Wilby Wildcats. Ben Hale here again on the wing, drives into the paint. Hesitation, puts it up, no good. Zimmerman with the offensive rebound, throws it off the backboard, but it graces Lewis Howard, and Washington will keep it. Now 4:14 remaining in the first quarter. Washington yet to score, but they are not out of it. Still well within reach here, 4-0 in the early going. Malik Smith looking to get free off the inbound and does. Zimmerman at the top of the key. Guarded by Brandon Beeman. Looks like he'll have a tough assignment as going against the captain of Washington tonight. Dolman, baseline, Welty, short jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, and it's pulled away by Wilby. Number 3, Elijah Stewart into the game, and he contributes with an offensive rebound. Euro step by Melendez, but it doesn't lead to a bucket. They're looking to feed Beeman down low. Brandon Beeman with a good move, goes up strong, no good, and fouled. He'll shoot 2, and Wilby will look to add to their lead once again. So George Welty now called for his second foul. I misspoke earlier, but it looks like a quick sub might be coming in. Welty's been productive on the offensive glass, yet to score as well as the rest of his teammates, but he's had some of the best looks of the night with short jumpers and and layups, but again, the rims have been unkind for the Washington Patriots. 12, Brandon Beeman confidently knocks down the first free throw. Welty takes a seat on the bench as predicted. Checking in for him is Caden Ballard, number 35. Beeman looking to go 2 for 2 at the line, as with 16 fouls. Wilby should be in the bonus now. Huge rebound for Stewart, finds Beeman right away, who cuts to the basket after the missed free throw. Some heads-up basketball right there for Wilby. Stewart finds Beeman. It's 7-0. Wilby up a touchdown early on. Chris Dolman's going to drive again and get fouled. Was it going up this time? Looks like a little bit of a hip check. Are they going to call this on the floor? Let's see what the ref says. Dolman looks like he's marching to the free throw line, so Washington will have an opportunity to score from the free throw line to get their first points of the night. Dolman hobbled, though. Visibly, he needs a second before he takes these free throws. Might have got that stinger in the hip area. Let's see if he can shake this off and get his team on the board. It's up and good. Nothing but net for Chris Dolman. And with 3:26 up in the first quarter, the Washington Patriots have broken the ice. They trail 7-1. Can Dolman go 2 for 2?
One more shot for Chris Dolman.
Goes through the routine. Up and good. So Dolman 2 for 2. And a quick timeout right after the free throw make for head coach Trent Hilliard. So we have 7-2 Wilby. Your home team leads with 3:26 left in the first quarter. So a lot of times we hear basketball described as a make or miss league, commonly referred to in the NBA, make or miss. And this is a miss night so far for the Washington Patriots. They, like I said, they're getting good looks. On offense, Chris Dolman has done a great job of breaking down the defense. Semi-transition itself. He's trying to get to the hoop and dish to his teammates. George Welty's had some looks close range. So is Chance Zimmerman, Josh Moriarty. The list goes on. So I think the message here from Trent Hilliard is kind of just keep doing what you're doing. Keep your head up. We're getting in the right spots. The shots just aren't falling. As for Wilby, they've had a pretty balanced attack so far. A lot of guys chipping in on the score sheet. The defense has been hounding Washington, trying to make it difficult. There has been some steals. There has been some deflections. Wilby has dominated on the offensive glass, gotten a lot of their points so far off of those putbacks. So let's see if those trends continue or if Washington can start finding some offensive rhythm here. It's going to be Aaron James to inbound to DJ Melendez. Screened by Beeman. But it's the Washington defense this time coming away with the steal. It's Malik Smith. He'll streak ahead, put it up, and denied by 13, Connie Glenn. He said no thank you. Cole in the stocking for Malik Smith. 14, Ben Hale will inbound in the corner. This is a tough spot for any team to inbound right here, but they get it in quick to Zimmerman before Wilby can kind of set a press there in the corner. Zimmerman whips a pass to 35, Caden Ballard. He can't get the roll over the rim, and it's a foul on number 3, Elijah Stewart, I believe, is going to be the call here. A little bit over the back, over aggressive as Caden Ballard is trying to clean up his own miss.
Substitution number 1
And I believe Caden Ballard will be at the free throw line here. I thought that was a foul on the floor. Maybe they were saying that his progress was halted there. He was going to go up for a shot before he was kind of, yep. Now they've corrected it. There we go. Okay, that looked like it was a foul on the floor. The ref will hand it off to Chris Dolman, and we'll get it back in play under the hoop here for Washington. Chance Zimmerman comes off a screen right under the hoop. Beautiful inbounds play. Zimmerman with the easy layup, and Washington needs more looks like that. It's 7-4 now. They've cut into the deficit after a 7-0 run to start the game by Wilby. Here comes Connie Glenn into the paint. Kicks to Beeman in the corner. Wide open. Can't knock it down. Tipped out. Right back to Beeman, though. He'll fight for the ball along with Malik Smith, and it'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Washington. Love to see that. Some good effort from the high school athletes early. Everybody getting on the floor. Every possession matters. And this looks like it's shaping up to be a pretty tough battle here. 2:40 now left in the first quarter. And Dolman inexplicably bounces off his foot, and it sends the offense into a little bit of a chaos there, and it's DJ Melendez ahead of the pack. The captain, Chance Zimmerman, with a great play. The chase down, knock away, and Wilby will have to settle for an inbounds play here when it looked like they had a fast break layup. Washington staying in it early, looking intense. Definitely a little bit of a height advantage for Wilby, but Washington not letting that deter them here early on. Looks like we've got a stack inbounds play here. Judy Garania, Brandon Beeman, Connie Glenn, and number 1, Junisbel Luna, who has now checked in the game for the first time for Wilby. They get it in easily, but it's Garania at half court almost. He drives, tries to Euro step. Is that going to be a block? It will. 14, Ben Hale, going to get charged with that one. And we have the 7th team foul. I believe that's going to earn Junie Garania 1-and-1 here. Yes, it is. Going to have to knock down this first one to earn a second one. Let's see if Garania can do it. He cannot, and Wilby's gone a little bit cold, but it's a great offensive rebound by Luna. Garania tries the elbow jumper, and we have a foul on Wilby now. Looks like we're going the other way. It's going to be on number 1, Luna. So he comes into the game with some energy for sure. Great rebounding, but he will get blamed for the foul there. Zimmerman to inbound. Wilby looks like they have a little bit of a full court press, and it's going to lead to a little bit of a trip there on Wilby. Very accidental, but nonetheless a foul. So here we go, the first big chess move of the game. Head coach Alan Piccolo is going to employ this full court press for the time being as Washington tries to break it with Dolman. They will. Can he get across the half court stripe? He does. Headed towards the basket. He thought he had a teammate there, I think. And he just kind of shoveled past that ball out of bounds. I'm not sure if he just kind of fumbled that one or he's been finding big men right in that spot all game long. I think he might have just got ahead of himself and assumed on that one. But it'll be Wilby ball, and it's Garania. And he rushes the pass to Connie Glenn. So now we're getting some sloppy play from both teams here. Turnovers are one of the big themes. Turnovers and missed free throws has kept this game really close. Intense defense nonetheless, leading to a lot of these issues for the offense. It's Zimmerman on the wing. He's going to try to drive on Beeman with a strong body, and he does. So Chance Zimmerman has found a rhythm, and he's got 4 points. 7-6, Washington right there. They could take the lead with a stop and a score. DJ Melendez orchestrating the offense. Zimmerman hawking him. He's going to get a screen from 1, Luna. Into the corner, Garania. Brandon Beeman working well on the post. Denied. A great double team there. Number 12 coming over. Cyrus Butero with the block. Wilby with the rebound. It's with Melendez now. Good save by Glenn. Melendez warding off defenders. Great dish to 12, Beeman. Travel, says the ref. A beautiful play. One of the best of the night is going to be wiped off the board. Melendez took 1 step too many. Still in the man-to-man full court press here for Wilby. Hale finds Dolman. They get it across in time. He's got Zimmerman flanked to him, but he's going to hand off to Malik Smith instead, who drives into the paint, spins, tries to find a way in. Looked like a travel, no call. Connie Glenn up ahead to Beeman. He'll coast in for the layup, easy deuce. 9-6 Wilby. That's their first bucket in a while, but Zimmerman right back. Had the chance to go right up with it, but hesitated. Finds Hale, long 2, short. Front rim, no good. Junie Garania with the rebound. And now we have another hand-checking foul here. So Washington's going to have to avoid these fouls as Wilby has earned themselves a trip to the line again by being in the bonus, able to add to their lead. If they were making free throws, this could already be a double-digit game potentially. Missing free throws and front ends of 1-and-1s will drive a coach crazy. But with a 9-6 lead, Piccolo's got to be happy with the start so far. We're in the final minute with 46.2 left on the first quarter clock. And in and out, the dreaded toilet bowl, and Garania denied from the free throw line again, so he's now missed the front end of a 1-and-1 twice. Zimmerman finds Malik Smith in the corner. Chris Dolman into the paint, floater, good. What a move there by the number 1 Dolman, the point guard for Washington. He and Zimmerman are quite the tandem so far. They are keeping Washington in this game. They have 4 points apiece. Ben Hale watches number 33, who was just checked into the game. It's going to be white ball after the turnover. Again, the press. Luna guarding the inbounds pass. Garanian, Dolman, been a good battle through the first quarter. Ben Hale does a great job to catch that and keep his feet in bounds. It's Zimmerman at the top of the key. 3, 2. Does he have it in him? He's got to get this up. He does, but it's no good. The air ball. Great defense by Lewis Howard and Jonas Bell Luna. So, we do have a battle here in George Serrato Court in the Wilby Gymnasium in Waterbury, Connecticut. After 1, it is 9-8. Your hometown Wilby Wildcats. Again, I mentioned Dolman and Chance Zimmerman. They made the biggest impact for Washington by far in that first quarter. We'll see if George Welty gets back into the game in this first half with 2 fouls. Trent Hilliard's going to have to monitor that. He was a huge help for his team with defense and rebounding, but 2 fouls have seen him sit on the bench for the second half of the first quarter. Flip side over to Wilby, more of a balanced attack. Junie Garania, Brandon Beeman, Connie Glenn, DJ Melendez, Lewis Howard are all the starters and have contributed well. Aaron James and Elijah Stewart off the bench have made some defensive and rebounding contributions, as well as Jonas Bell Luna. Neither team has really yet to get on much of a streak here. Wilby did start the game with a 7-0 run, but wasn't very convincing, with most of that coming from the free throw line. Good counter punch by Washington, but it's Wilby with the slight edge. Wilby so far this season is 1-0 at home, while Washington is 0-2 on the road. So let's see if Wilby can keep that home court advantage going and move to 2-0, or if Washington can buck the trend and get a there's road wins in high school, and then there's road wins. I'd say traveling from West Virginia to Connecticut, if you get that win on the road, you earn that one for sure. So here we go, early second quarter, 33 for Wilby. Dribbles in the front court. Finds Connie Glenn in the corner. He's going to maneuver away from Zimmerman. A little bit of a step back, pump fake, no shot. Howard for 3. Big man lets it fly. Back rim, no good. Chris Dolman with the rebound, but he's hounded from behind by Wilby defenders. He glides all the way to the hoop, and Chris Dolman says, "How do you do?" with a great layup. 10-9, and it's Washington on defense, hounding again. Dolman almost comes up with the steal. Garania flings up a shot that doesn't go. It's Malik Smith ahead of the pack. 33, guarding him, and Malik Smith says, "Why not? Let me just chuck this up as I take the contact." And one opportunity for Washington as they take their first lead of the night. It's going to be 12-9 now, so a flurry to start the second quarter for Washington, and they mean business. Malik Smith, only the 3rd player to score for Washington, finally chipping in after Dolman and Zimmerman have been doing most of the heavy lifting. Malik Smith cannot convert the free throw, so the lead stays at 12-9. Here comes Wilby. Junie Garania, corner 3, lets it fly. Long again. Gets his own rebound, the hustle, and draws the foul. Almost got the layup to go, but Zimmerman wheels away in frustration after being called for that one. And Garania will go to the line. Bit of a bugaboo for him tonight. He missed the front end of a 1-and-1 twice in the first quarter, but he'll get 2 opportunities here. That foul also gets Wilby into the double bonus, so for the remainder of the first half, they'll have 2 free throws every time they go to the line. Garania gets it this time. The pressure of the front end of the 1-and-1 off of his shoulders. He confidently strokes that free throw. See if he can make the second and cut the deficit to 1. He will. Connects on both free throws, and we have a 12-11 ball game. So Wilby up 1 after the first quarter. The script has flipped, and Washington now leads by 1, 12-11. Dolman finds Zimmerman in the corner, off to number 12, who throws up a contested layup, gets his own miss, and that will go. So Cyrus Butera etches his name into the score sheet, and it's 14-11 Washington. DJ Melendez now into the front court. He's got options, looking to take Zimmerman one-on-one, but now he'll dish to Beeman. Beeman back to Melendez, and that's a charge drawn by Malik Smith, so his energy has made a difference. He has a hoop on the offensive end and draws a charge on the defensive end. Malik Smith has been a great player for Washington throughout the first quarter and a bit into the second here with 6:37 left on the second quarter clock. He's making an impact on the game. Here comes Dolman into the front court as Washington looks to extend their lead. Their biggest lead of the night is 3. Let's see if they can add to that. It's Zimmerman in the lane, denied by Beeman. Good block there. He stayed on his feet just long enough, went up with the shooter and denied. Number 3, carving out some space down low. Elijah Stewart gets it to go. 14-13 now, Washington leads. And Dolman sprints ahead, a little bit out of control. He doesn't get it to go, and here comes Garania. Zimmerman, Coach Trent Hilliard right away, shaking the head. He does not like that. 3rd foul on Chance Zimmerman, so the best player for Washington is going to potentially take a seat on the bench here. Consoled by the coach, he knows it. Looks like it's going to be Moriarty spelling him. So Welty in early foul trouble, and now Chance Zimmerman. This could spell trouble for Washington. They do have that narrow lead, but for how long when Zimmerman goes to the bench? Garania no good from the free throw stripe. The struggles continue. He's now 2 for 5. And it is Josh Moriarty spelling the captain, Chance Zimmerman. Garania deep breath, wants to tie up the game here. And he'll do so. That free throw rattles home, and it's 14 apiece with 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Dolman surveying the court, denies the ball screen, and gets it into the front court. Off to Moriarty on the wing. Finds Malik Smith, who's feeling himself right now, but he gets denied by the big body of Elijah Stewart. Euro step, Connie Glenn doesn't get the roll. Everything but. That was a great move there. Dolman with the spin cycle. Finds Moriarty with the underhand pass. Oh, and you'd love to see that one go to finish off a great move from the Patriots, but Malik Smith back out to Moriarty. Stewart guarding him. Butera now trying to work his way to the cup. Blocked again by Connie Glenn. So Wilby has denied a couple shots now at the rim from the Patriots. Get that weak stuff out of here, says the Wilby Wildcats. Few players now with impressive denials. Melendez guarding Dolman. Double screen. Dolman spins his way, but that's going to be a carry there. You may get away with that move in the NBA, but not in high school basketball. Good thinking by Dolman, but not sneaky enough. So we're deadlocked at 14. This has been a great game so far. Defense showing through with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Garania off to Glenn, thought about the 3, and he gets the foul there on Moriarty. Great pump fake. Coaches everywhere are proud of Connie Glenn. Had the 3 on the wing. Pumped fake, got to a better spot on the floor. Moriarty was chasing from behind and clobbered the forearm. So Glenn will look to put his team back in the lead here at the line. Front rim, side rim, no good. Still tied at 14. Connie Glenn, I mentioned, the leading scorer last game with 17 points, so he'll definitely look to get his offense going if Wilby wants to turn this one around. They look to him to score. He's been a little stifled here in the early going, but gets the second free throw to go, and it's 15-14. Chris Dolman now again hawked by Garania, the matchup of the night. More good defense by Wilby. That one swiped away and it goes off Dolman last. So we have 35, or excuse me, 24. Sean McCarthy in the game. DJ Melendez slashes to the hoop and gets fouled. Another big trend of the night here. Defense, block shots, rebounding, and foul trouble for sure coming to the forefront as Washington has allowed Wilby into the double bonus. DJ Melendez knocks down the first. So it's McCarthy, Butera, Smith, Dolman, and Ben Hale now in the game for the Washington Patriots as they trail by 3. And check that, Malik Smith will get a well-deserved rest, and Michael Duvall, number 15, will check into the game. On the floor for Wilby is Garania, number 3 Elijah Stewart, Connie Glenn, Brandon Beeman, and DJ Melendez. Another double screen. That looks to be an offensive pattern here for Washington to try to get Dolman going. Michael Duvall can't get the pass, and it's going to be Connie Glenn who tries to sky for the dunk. Can't get it to go. He's going to be frustrated. He's wide open under the hoop. The more conventional layup, and he gets that one to go. So some redemption for Connie Glenn. Head coach Alan Piccolo takes a deep breath. I think he was ready to have some words with one of his star players who let that opportunity slip away. Makes amends for it, and now Wilby has a lead up to 5. They led 7-0 early going. Now it's 19-14. Dolman stops, pops, and from the elbow gets to go. Timeout, Piccolo, head coach of Wilby. He does not like what he sees there as Washington gets that open look. 3:53 left in the first half here in Waterbury, and it's Wilby with a 19-16 lead. So on paper, like I said, this looked like it could have been a blowout. The Washington Patriots aren't averaging 40 points per game yet this season, and will be close to 70 each time they touch the court. But Washington has stayed close. A lot of missed opportunities at the free throw line for Wilby. They are in the double bonus. Seems like they've been living at the line tonight, but I'd say their percentage is right about 50% right now, maybe a little bit less, which is not going to get it done and is why they're only up 3. Connie Glenn into Garania with Melendez on the wing, Stewart and Beeman down low. It's Garania finding Stewart, who has great position. A nice move to the right hand, and he gets that to go. So Stewart finding a niche down there in the post, and he's got some easy buckets with his post moves early on. That could be a recipe for success moving forward for Wilby. It's Garania looking for space, gets all the way to the cup and gets it to go off glass. Garania, who was denied by a toilet bowl free throw, gets that one to roll in. It's 23-16, and Wilby's biggest lead of the night has been restored. Up 7 early, up 7 now. Into the corner, number 24 thought about it. Now it's a floater. No good. Butera can't get the rebound, and it's McCarthy on the miss. So here comes Melendez now into the front court. Wilby looking to add to that lead. The scoop layup, no good. Stewart says, give me that rebound. Looking to go up, and he's manhandled on the floor by number 12, Butera, and Stewart will march right to the free throw line. He would not be denied. Looked like he was swarmed by Washington Patriots there, but as I mentioned, size is going to be a big factor. Across the board, looks like Wilby has a couple inches on most of the players that Washington's going to roll out onto the floor, minus George Welty, who right on cue is about to check back in. Stewart unable to connect on the first free throw, but the rebounding statistics have swung in favor of Wilby with George Welty off the court. So he checks back in with 2:52 left to go in the first half. Let's see if he can help Washington cut into that 7-point deficit. Could be 8 with a Stewart make it the line. Offside rim, no good. It's going to be 24 McCarthy to corral that rebound. Dolman up to Duvall. Front rim, no good, but it's Welty right there for the rebound. So just what Washington needed. that rebounding presence down low. Welty earns them another possession. Let's see what they can do with it. Dolman calls for the screen, looks to get around Aaron James. He's on the wing for three, dishes it off to Hale. The jumper's no good. Duvall jumps last, but secures the rebound. Dolman's got a wide open Ben Hale. Will he reload? He will. And the confident stroke. So Ben Hale, who has missed the first couple of threes tonight, but shooters shoot, and he knocks it down from the wing. 23-19, and again, Welty getting that extra possession is huge for Washington. Let's see if that trend continues with 2 minutes now left in the first half. Connie Glenn looks to make his way into the paint. Almost draws the foul from Welty. That would have been a huge play. But now Connie Glenn making his presence known after that botched dunk attempt. He's got 4 points for Wilby. Dolman left alone on the wing. He lines up a three and knocks it down. So the three ball, Washington's friend here late in the first half. They've cut a 7-point lead to 3. And we'll look to continue that trend. Connie Glenn breaking down. Oh, the hero step. It's pretty. It's good from Connie Glenn, and it's 27-22. He's finding a rhythm. Gets beat down the floor, but the layup doesn't go, and it's Welty picking up a loose ball. And the big man is unlucky all night. Another rebound, but he can't get it to go. It's Beeman at lightning pace here with 1:15 to go. Dolman's going to come away with the rebound after Beeman couldn't connect. Dolman spin move, no carry this time. Oh, but he doesn't get it to go. Some beautiful offensive moves, but the ball does not want to cooperate. And Brandon Beeman sends the gym into chaos with a dunk. Throw it down, big fella, number 12. Skies up for two. 29-22, and just like that, it's a 7-point lead. Duvall from the corner can't get it to go. Ben Hale's going to chase it down and stay in bounds. Here comes Chris Dolman. Off to Welty. Can the big man find the touch? No, he cannot. All of his shot opportunities have been at such close range. He's working so hard, but Welty can't get it to go. The effort's there, but Brandon Beeman's got to knock it down. A deep two from the corner, and the biggest lead of the night for the Wilby Wildcats. Dolman a bit deflated, jogs it up into the front court. He's been sprinting all first half. He must be tired. He's going to need that halftime whistle. But if Washington can get a basket, it would be huge for the momentum here. DJ Melendez, who's been a defensive specialist all night, knocks it away, but it will be Washington basketball. 12.5 seconds left on the clock. 15. Michael Duvall is going to trigger the inbounds play. Are we getting a late sub in here? No. Are we getting a, yes, we are. Malik Smith looks like he checked back into the game for Welty. I think they just want wing players who can handle the ball and shoot here. Melendez not making life easy for the Washington Patriots here. No time was able to tick off, but he did make a great play. It's Malik Smith way into the backcourt now, but plenty of time. 10 seconds and counting. Let's see if Washington can get the last look of the half. They cannot. Aaron James pokes it away. Malik Smith finds 24. Duvall, the layup. It's open. It's good. Won't be an easier basket tonight. Born out of a little bit of chaos there as Washington was having trouble inbounding the ball and then getting it into the front court. It squirted away. There was a pass late to number 15, Michael Duvall. And Washington Patriots are able to close the half with an easy layup, but that brings the score to 31-24. Your Wilby Wildcats are ahead. Some impressive defense. Some players caught their offensive rhythm. Brandon Beeman and Connie Glenn were the stars of the show that kind of pad that lead for the Wilby Wildcats here in Waterbury. We'll be back with second half action right after this. Welcome back, sports fans. We are in Waterbury, Connecticut on the George Chirado Court at Wilby High School. Currently at halftime, the home team Wilby Wildcats 3-0 on the season are up 31-24. Looking to keep that perfect streak going and start the season a pristine 4-0. The Washington Patriots are trying to chase them down 1-2 on the season. They had foul trouble from two of their big contributors contributors, Chance Zimmerman and George Welty. Offensive threats, though, Zimmerman and Chris Dolman have definitely kept Washington in the game. Wilby had every opportunity to pull away early, but they had some woes at the free throw line, and they lacked a really consistent score. But then Brandon Beeman and Connie Glenn really took the reins. Number 12 and 13 were a great 1-2 punch to help them establish a lead going into halftime. Here we go, though. Washington Patriots strike first. That looks like Moriarty with the short push shot jumper, and the lead is cut to 5 immediately following the halftime break. Chris Dolman looked like that rested him well. He was a spark plug all half long. I don't know if he got much of a rest, if any, until that halftime whistle. Huge contributor for the Patriots. He deflects a pass there. Connie Glenn looking like a wide receiver in the corner. Catches that pass off to Howard. Melendez, Garania back to Howard. They play hot potato. Leads to a Melendez 3. And that's true. DJ Melendez strikes right back for Wilby, and they're back up 8, 34-26. So 3 is better than 2, and Wilby extends their lead from 7 to 8 after both teams have had one offensive possession. Zimmerman back on the floor. One of the things to watch in the second half is how long he can stay on the floor. 3 fouls. He'll be playing a bit passively on defense, I'm sure, and will have to tailor off some of that aggression on the offensive end. Lowers a shoulder there, though, and dishes to an open Moriarty. Tipped around, and Lewis Howard's going to get the last touch. I believe it's starters up and down for both teams as we embark on second half play. Lewis Howard, DJ Melendez, Brandon Beeman, Junie Garania, and Connie Glenn for the Wilby Wildcats. Malik Smith, Josh Moriarty, George Welty, Chan Zimmerman, and Chris Dolman for the Washington Patriots. Welty looking to carve out space down low, but that's knocked away by Melendez on the double team. And we'll reload, and Malik Smith will inbound. Coach Trent Hilliard not happy with the big man's grip strength on there. He wants him to hold on to that ball and go up strong. George Welty yet to crack the score sheet here. He's been in the right spots all night, but the rim has not been his friend. Moriarty with the good drive. Gets all the way to the cup, protects the ball. He kind of cradled it there with his left hand, left arm, and gets it to go. So he's on fire, or heating up, I should say, to start the second quarter. 2 baskets in a row. Brandon Beeman goes right back to work. What a drive. Baseline drive. It's open. Gets right past Welty and puts in an easy deuce. So 36-28. Now the team's going back and forth. We've got some offensive rhythm here. Beeman skies for the rebound after Smith misses the corner 3. It's Junie Garania. Almost forgot the ball, but regathers and then walks right into a double team. Connie Glenn there to break the press, but Dolman gets on the floor. Junie Garania, and it's Chance Zimmerman from behind. The aggressive, the right play for sure, but I think that's going to be his 4th foul. Trent Hilliard, head coach of the Washington Patriots, has no choice but to sub out his star player. Garania rips the net on the first free throw. I think he's going to get 3 here. But Sean McCarthy's going to check into the game as Zimmerman, frustrated, takes a seat on the bench talking to his coach. He's not happy with the foul call. That turned out to be a deep 2, though, so not as bad as it could have been for the Patriots. It's 38-28, though. Wilby with a flurry to start the second half. Can the Patriots keep pace? It's Welty off the dribble to the rack. No foul call. Lewis Howard stays strong on the defensive end, and he finds Melendez. Off to Glenn. First double-digit lead of the night. Can Wilby keep the pressure on? Melendez, great pass to Beeman. He goes right up. Gets higher than the rest, and that's usually a recipe for success in the game of basketball. Beeman with the easy 2. And Wilby pouring it on. Josh Moriarty looking to keep contact for his Washington Patriots. Another basket. He's accounted for all 6 points for Washington here in the second half, but it's 40-30. The lead has swelled from 7 to 10. Was a dozen at one point, but now 40-30 with 5:15 left in the third quarter. We had a little bit of a defensive stalemate in the first quarter, but the teams have since found their rhythm. It was 9-8 after 8 minutes, but 22 points and 16 points from Washington. That was a pretty competitive and good flow to the game in the second quarter, and that's continued here. 9-6 in favor of Wilby early on, and their 7-point halftime lead is now 10. So some troubleshooting required tonight, both at our engineering desk and on the bench for the Washington Patriots. Trent Hilliard has had to manage some foul trouble for his big man, Welty, who has been a menace on the rebound, on the boards when he's been in the game. And Chance Zimmerman, who's one of the leading scorers in the heart of the team as a captain for the Washington Patriots. He's had to manage minutes, and Zimmerman's going to be on the bench for a long time. I would have to think, unless this game really gets ugly, I would think until the start of the fourth quarter, the coach is going to be forced to keep Zimmerman on the bench. DJ Melendez keeps the feet down, almost a travel, and here comes Malik Smith in the front court. Melendez tries to block, but Malik Smith sneaks underneath for the deuce. 40-32. Back to single digits. If Washington can keep this game close until Zimmerman gets back in, that'd be a huge win. Moriarty a little too far for Malik Smith. He's going to try to save it and can't, and that's going to lead to a foul that I think was necessary. McCarthy needed to make that play there, or else it was a fast break waiting to happen for the Wilby Wildcats. They were going to pounce on that opportunity. One of the things that did come to the forefront as a result of that foul trouble for Washington, though, was Wilby living at the free throw line in the first half. Beeman's not going to get the bounce on this. But with already 2 fouls on Washington, can the trend continue as Wilby looks to get back into the bonus? This time it's Wilby with the foul, though. It's number 12, Beeman, as Welty had great position there, so even when he's not securing the rebound all the way, he's drawing fouls and being a presence down there in the post. I gotta see him score one tonight. He's been working hard. He's been all over the floor for Washington. Definitely made a difference everywhere but the scoring column. It's now Moriarty who will look to take over in Zimmerman's absence. Malik Smith has been a bright spot for the Patriots tonight. He's got it on the wing. Melendez with some great defense. Welty hands off to Dolman. Looks to set a screen. Dolman evades his man, and it's Moriarty. He's got the hot hand, but he's short on the 3, and it's Welty. It's no good. It's inexplicable. Another great rebound. He reached around the head of Howard and tried to put that one in, but no good. Or Stewart, excuse me, and Elijah Stewart comes into the front court to get the pass, but he travels. Stewart put in some good minutes there, but had the rebound wrestled away from him and then commits the travel, so he'll look to make a good play the next opportunity he gets. Keeping an eye on Welty in the corner there, but it's Moriarty on the wing, watched by Connie Glenn. Oh, and he steps back. Uncharacteristic play there. And you have to wonder if that's, you know, he's not used to running the show. Obviously, Chance Zimmerman, when he's in, and Chris Dolman have done most of the ball handling responsibilities, the point guard duties, really orchestrating the offense. And Moriarty backs it up a little bit too much, and that's a fender bender and called for the backcourt violation. Melendez in the corner, thought about the 3. Now switches it cross court to Grania. Beeman, no hesitation, knocks it down. Brandon Beeman is in his bag. He has found his rhythm and has become the game's leading scorer. He is unstoppable at the moment. Washington doesn't have an answer. Welty with the putback, and there we go, big fella. There we go. He's on the board with the offensive rebound. The putback never brought it down. Goes right back with the offensive tip-in, and he is in the score sheet. So it's 42-34. And we have another travel. So Wilby, in the midst of pulling away here in the early second half, has committed some silly turnovers. Beeman gets a well-deserved rest as number 1, Junis Bell Luna, is going to check in. Connie Glenn still in the game, Elijah Stewart, Judy Garania, and DJ Melendez. And it's number 30 checking in now, Les Machado for the Washington Patriots. First time we've said his name tonight. Malik Smith into Welty, looking to go back-to-back buckets here, but Stewart denies. The big body's going at it. Welty throws it up, looks for the offensive rebound, can't get it. Stewart finds his guard. Very smart play there by the big man. And Garania to Melendez. Finds Stewart, good catch by the big man, carves out some space, no good. Stewart was doing that with ease in the first half, getting those offensive layups to go. And it's Malik Smith all the way, and they're going to call a charge. Stewart looks like he was set there. No restricted area in high school basketball. Malik Smith a touch out of control, and that call goes the favor of the Wilby Wildcats. So Connie Glenn now taking the ball up the court, looking to break down his man. Malik Smith gets by him, but hands off to Garenia. Wide open free throw jumper. Doesn't get the roll. Good rebound by Luna. Surveys Glenn. Wing three. Wide open. No good. Battle for the board, and it's Welty, but Connie Glenn comes in and steals the pass, and an and one. Great play by Connie Glenn. Misses the three at the wing, but doesn't hang his head. Picks off an outlet pass and gets the and one. So the lead in the midst of that flurry of action has ballooned back to double digits. Kind of been the consistent theme here. It's oscillated between 8 and 10 in the early going of the third quarter here. And we're well into it now with 2 minutes to go. There's been not many stoppages here and a lightning fast third quarter. Connie Glenn completes the three-point play the old-fashioned way, as they say. And it's now 45-34. Les Machado streaks into the paint. The floater off the back rim, no good. Moriarty and McCarthy look to get the rebound, but to no avail. And it's Connie Glenn in the front court, streaks ahead and draws another foul. So it's Brandon Beeman early in the third quarter taking over. And now it looks like Connie Glenn with his running mate on the bench. Glenn is taking that role of being the scoring threat for the Wilby Wildcats, and it's easy to see why this team is 3-0 in the early part of the season. Glenn gets the home bounce, home court bounce on the first free throw to extend the lead to 12. But as I mentioned, it's easy to see why this team is 3-0. They have big bodies up and down the lineup. Connie Glenn and Brandon Beeman are consistent scorers. And when you've got guys like Elijah Stewart and Junie Garenia who just make plays all night long, whether it's pounding on the offensive glass, blocking shots, pestering the other team's point guard. They're a complete team here, the Wilby Wildcats. They're not going to be easy to beat this season. It's Les Machado on the wing, Aaron Jones guarding him. They're also a decently deep team. They've run out about 8-9 players here tonight. 35, Caden Ballard works his way back into the game for the Washington Patriots. George Welty gets a break, the big man. So it's McCarthy, Ballard, Machado, Moriarty, and Dolman looking to lead the comeback for the Washington Patriots. Dolman on the wing, gets away from Garenia. Nice little Euro step there. The sidestep move is good, and Dolman has been impressive all night long. His offensive moves have kept the Washington Patriots within striking distance. It's 47-36 as we're under a minute to go, but that bucket is just too easy. Without Zimmerman and the big post presence of Welty there, the easy baskets are coming frequently now for the Wilby Wildcats. Their biggest lead of the night, 13 points. Les Machado, a little bit strong on the elbow fadeaway there, right off the catch. And Wilby might be holding for the last basket here. Up, Garenia says maybe not. Into the corner for Luna, and they have slowed it down now. Coach Alan Piccolo wants them to pull it out, and it's Connie Glenn looking to work his man off the dribble. Stewart at the top of the key. Aaron James looking to make a move, and it's Stewart now with 10 seconds. Dolman guarding Garenia, and we get a charge. Great play there by 35, Caden Ballard. A player that can take a charge has become an increasingly hot commodity as the game of basketball has developed into a more finesse on the perimeter, deep shooting. The game still needs players like number 35, Caden Ballard, Junie Garenia. He'll definitely take a charge himself too. I'll give him a shout out, but players like that coaches love, and they'll always find an opportunity to get players like that in the game. Sensing a very important moment in the game here, Coach Trent Hilliard calls a timeout to dial up a play to beat the third quarter buzzer here for the Washington Patriots. Again, we'll set the scene. 5.8 left in the third quarter. 49-36 advantage for the hometown Wilby Wildcats. They'll want to keep that 13-point lead, as Washington will want to cut into it. This has definitely been a quarter that's favored Wilby. Their 7-point halftime lead has almost doubled, and this will be a big possession. Momentum for Washington is much needed heading into the fourth quarter, and Wilby will look to stifle any opportunity for a comeback and try to coast their way to victory. Maintaining a double-digit lead throughout the fourth quarter will definitely be their plan. Inbounds play is tipped. Connie Glenn at half court. He'll have a chance now to score for Wilby, but he carries it. He carries it. He was a little too ahead of himself. I'm sure he wasn't expecting that ball to fall to his hands with 4 seconds left on the clock. A little bit indecisive there, not sure what to do with his next move. And with 3.3 seconds now, Washington will try to inbound and get a last-second buzzer-beating shot at the third quarter here. It's Dolman pushed back a little bit by 33. He's going to heave it from half court, and it's over the hoop itself. So the lead stays at 13. Objective complete for the Wilby Wildcats. They maintain that 13-point lead. Stout defense there in the third quarter. So Wilby returns, as I mentioned, to that stout defensive way, only allowing 12 points in that third quarter while scoring 18. The Washington Patriots kind of handcuffed, if you will, with two of their best players needing significant time on the bench. It was George Welty earlier in the contest, and then Chance Zimmerman. Could have been the first or second, very early on in the third quarter. It was definitely the first minute of the third quarter. He had to take a seat on the bench after fouling a jump shooter. He had 4 fouls, so he's getting some last-minute instructions from the coach and relaying to his team. The captain is going to have to be on his best behavior here and not commit a foul for the entire 8 minutes. He'll probably look to play the entire fourth quarter after being well rested in the third. To start the fourth quarter, Washington's going to roll out Zimmerman, McCarthy, Moriarty, Dolman, and Ben Hale. Number 33 for the Wilby Wildcats, along with Lewis Howard, Aaron James, Connie Glenn, and Brandon Beeman. So the two best offensive threats on the floor for Wilby start the fourth quarter. No surprise there. It's Connie Glenn streaking to the hoop, lays it up and in, and lets Washington know about it. What a move by 13, Connie Glenn. He and Beeman going back and forth. I'm sure they're duking it out for who's going to lead the team in scoring tonight. Zimmerman looks to get to the rack, but he can't. It's a little too strong off glass. He'll have to get back on defense here as Glenn orchestrates the offense for Wilby. Through the legs, loses the dribble here, though. He's going to have to pick it up. Zimmerman getting on the floor there. Got to be very careful not to get that 5th foul. The layup for Wilby, no good, and some miscommunication from Washington. You got it, no, I got it, no, you got it. Zimmerman and Ben Hale stuck in between there. Neither of them snagged that ball before it bounced out of bounds, and Wilby will get another possession. Aaron James will have the ball to inbound as Wilby looks to run a play. Connie Glenn kind of gets open at midcourt, off to 33. He's double teamed, shovels a pass over to Glenn. James in the corner, back to Glenn. Good ball movement here for Wilby as they try to break down and add to their lead. It's Lewis Howard going to tap the rebound to himself. Look for an option, or will he do it himself? He will. He'll turn off backboard, no good. Aaron James offensive rebound, and he gets the foul. So James, in the act of shooting, should get 2 free throws here and look to add to the biggest lead of the night for Wilby. In and out for James on the first. A bit unlucky. My favorite segment of the night, kicks of the day. Looks like we're going to have to give the winner to Aaron James. I was scouting out the fresh feet in the pregame. He looks like he's got the pink Derrick Rose shoes, maybe a Christmas present. But he makes the second free throw, and we're back to action. 52-36, Wilby Wildcats. Their fourth quarter lead has grown some more hounding defense, and I think that's going to be a foul call if I'm not mistaken. Dolman, or was he out of bounds? Either way, it's going to be Washington ball. Dolman, the victim of a vicious double team there. The hounding defense of Wilby is definitely what's going to see them across the finish line here. They do not want any confidence coming from the Washington side of the floor. Dolman barely gets to that errant pass from Zimmerman, but he now drives. Looks at Dolman in the corner. It's Moriarty at the top of the key. He was a spark plug in the third quarter. Zimmerman, offensive rebound, gets it to go. So Chance Zimmerman, he's got that bit of a Luka Doncic vibe to him. He's a very good offensive player, orchestrates the offense, great offensive rebound there, and you know, he's a guard with a big body. He can throw it around, bang with the post players, and he has the agility and versatility to kind of score at all three levels on the floor. So Chance Zimmerman looked like he's poised to have a great season for the Washington Patriots. Might not result in a win here tonight with his team down 14 in the fourth quarter, but it could be a bright season for number 3 in white, Chance Zimmerman.
For the Wildcats, we have number 11, Julie Garina in the game, and number 21, DJ Melendez.
5:50 now left in the game. Dolman's going to bring it into the front court, hand it off to Moriarty. Dolman's on the wing now. They're looking to get Zimmerman a touch on every possession for obvious reasons. Patera with the good screen, Cyrus Patera for the Patriots. Dolman now in the paint, off to Patera, looks to put it up. Great defense though, that was a good close by 13, Connie Glenn. He didn't block, but he affected the shot. Dolman says, thank you very much. He rips it right away from Lewis Howard, who was surveying his options. Brandon Beeman tries to keep it in bounds, but that was Dolman with the nice layup there off the steal. Here comes Zimmerman. No good. He taps it out to Ben Hale, though. He's going to launch the 3. No good. He made one in the first half. Can't connect here late in the second to get Washington back in the game. That would have been a big swing to get it to 9. Instead, it's Brandon Beeman, the leader of the pack, ahead of the pack for the Wilby Wildcats. And he's going to look to make it a 15-point game now. After earning the and one, it's 54-40. Now 4:59 left in the game. Huge play, as I mentioned there. A chance for Wilby to cut it to single digits. And now the lead could be up to 15 on the other end. Beeman at the line. Free throw's good, and Piccolo's going to call a timeout very quickly. Maybe some defensive instructions, kind of reel his team in here. Say, you know, we've got a great lead in the fourth quarter. Let's hang on to it. Let's play smarter. Let's set up a defensive strategy that's going to see out this ball game. On the other bench, I've got to imagine head coach Trent Hilliard does not want to go down without a fight in his return to Wilby High School. They're going to need to push the pace, though. It's going to need to be a lot of Zimmerman, a lot of Chris Dolman. You need to get up and down the floor, cause some turnovers, get some transition baskets, and any time they decide to shoot a 3 from here on out, they're going to need it to go in if they want to turn this score line around. Again, this has been a presentation of the Waterbury Athletics YouTube channel. Sky Channel 16 is bringing you this Waterbury High School action tonight. The Wilby Wildcats looking to go 4-0. Can they do it against the visiting Washington Patriots all the way from Charlestown, West Virginia? You heard me right. This ball club from West Virginia having a bit of a Christmas experience I'm sure they'll remember forever. They'd love to get a win, but traveling with your teammates during winter break to play some basketball, there's not many better things for a high school athlete. Their road trip concludes with a game against a team from Hagerstown, Maryland in 2 days' time. Josh Moriarty at the line. The free throw is no good. He looks at the sky in devastation and frustration. He knows how important these points are as they try to make the comeback. Moriarty 0 for 2, unable to connect. So his spurt in the third quarter is what kind of kept Washington in the game, so to speak, but now missing 2 free throws at the line in the fourth quarter. A missed opportunity they might regret here. DJ Melendez looking to break down Zimmerman with the 4 fouls. He can't be as aggressive as he would like to, I'm sure. And he lets Melendez by for the layup. Zimmerman the 3 now to answer. It's good. Chance Zimmerman. Not done yet are the Patriots. The 3 ball will be a huge factor for the Patriots if they want to get back into it. Connie Glenn looks to answer, can't. Garania can't. Good offensive rebound by Beeman, and it's off the head. Right to Chance Zimmerman. Dolman's going to miss the fast break layup, but number 12, Johnny on the spot, Cyrus Patera right there, and that is another quick timeout from the Wildcats. So now with 4 minutes left, the lead 57-45. So there is hope yet for the Patriots, and when you've got a coach calling quick timeouts like the Wildcats are, you know, they can smell blood in the water. There's some uneasiness on the Wilby Wildcats bench. They really want to close this out. They've kind of been in control. It was a slow start to this game, a 9-8 first quarter, but since then Wilby has kind of stretched their legs and had some wiggle room all game long with a comfortable lead, usually in double digits. Can they close this one out? The end of high school basketball games can get extremely hectic with presses, threes, foul shots. So we'll see how this one unfolds. But DJ Melendez calms the storm a little bit, and then a Dolman double dribble. Washington Patriots frustrated, no doubt. Every possession very valuable, and Dolman doesn't even give them a chance to start it, unfortunately. He wanted to get that pass ahead as quick as he could, but double dribbled in the process. So here's Melendez now coming off that last basket. He's looking to break down Moriarty again, but he finds Garania. He's got Glenn on the wing. He'll find him, and they'll reset. They're looking to take as much time as they can here. And it's a hand check foul by number 15, Michael Duvall. That's going to put Connie Glenn at the line for 1-and-1.
Foul by number 15, at the line shooting tonight, Glenn.
Could benefit Washington here. Let's see if Connie Glenn can convert from the line. With this 1-and-1 opportunity, they've got one more foul for a Wilby 1-and-1, does the Washington Patriots. But if they can get Wilby to miss here at the line. Glenn has found his stroke, though. He confidently knocks that down, and he's got one more free throw. So the free throw woes early on in the first half for Wilby are gone now. They're much more consistent here in the second half, converting some and-ones. And then the front end of a 1-and-1 right there for Glenn. He's going to miss the second, though, but the lead is 15 with 3:23 to play. And it's number 23 with the ball, Josh Moriarty. He's got Ben Hale on the wing. Chance Zimmerman. He's going to step into a 3. No, he passes it to Patera. Nice step-through move, and he can't finish. So the story of the night for the Washington Patriots has been a lot of offensive opportunities, and they just haven't finished. The rim, the backboard has been so unkind. There's been a lot of great offensive plays, chances at the rim, offensive rebounds. They're going to rue this game if they don't come out on top here. They had a chance. Their best player was in foul trouble, and that just about sums up the night. The friendly roll for Junie Garania. The 3 gets it to go, and it's now 63-47 after a quick layup. Might be too little too late for the Patriots here. Try to stage this comeback. They're going to fight to the final buzzer, but Melendez confidently dribbling off to Stewart. Short jumper, no good for Stewart. Junis Belluna tries to tip it, but it finds its way to Elijah Stewart, and the big man spinning his way, carving out space. Nobody really wants to get in the way of that full head of steam. And it's Stewart putting the finishing touches on a nice night for him. 65-47 Wilby. Moriarty can't get away from Luna. Off to Zimmerman. Guarded by Glenn. Zimmerman can't get it to go. Stewart, no on the rebound, but Luna finds the handle, and it's Melendez into the front court, 2-on-2 situation. Slick pass to Garania. He goes up quick, and he gets it to go. So Garania with the offensive flurry here. He gets the bounce on the three, and then that layup. Ben Hale, nice three. He definitely has that sharpshooter gene in him. He has not been afraid to shoot all night. His second three of the game goes down. Melendez, the James Harden step back, and they're going to call a little bit of a push-off there. Head coach Alan Piccolo not too happy with it, but there was a little too much space there, a little too obvious. Great idea by Melendez, but doesn't get the call to go his way tonight. Junie Garania, even with his team up 17, is going to hound Chris Dolman to the bitter end here. 67-50, Wilby's up with 1:34 to go. Zimmerman to inbound. Les Machado on the floor. Caden Ballard on the floor. And checking in is number 5, Justin Brown for the Washington Patriots. So a little bit of emptying the bench, getting some players on the floor that work hard in practice. Brandon Beeman off to Garania. Looks to get it back to Beeman, but no. Denied by Washington. Dolman. No good. Zimmerman right there. Johnny on the spot. So Chance Zimmerman's impressive night continues. He's going to look back at this game for a little bit and think about what could have been. But Brandon Beeman is in the clouds, throwing it down for his second dunk of the night. Brandon Beeman is a force to be reckoned with for the Wilby Wildcats down low. He does not need much space to get up and throw it down. 69-52. We're under a minute to play, and the Wilby Wildcats will coast to victory. Melendez to inbound. Garania is going to be very patient. He had a good fourth quarter, sealing the victory for the Wildcats. Les Machado guarding him. It's Garania in the paint. The fake pass, the layup. The Sports Center top 10 move for Junie Garania to cap off a great night. Justin Brown works his way into the score sheet. Nice push shot there with the right hand. Number 5 scores for the Patriots as time winds down. He's going to try to give Garania a taste of his own medicine with that tough-minded defense. Garania misses the elbow jumper. Duvall tries to come away with it. He's hounded now, and it's going to be number 1, Dolman, to fire the three. No good off the back rim. Aaron James, the rebound. And that just might do it for our final possession as we tick down under 10 seconds. Your Wilby Wildcats go to 4-0. An impressive victory, 71-54, right around their season averages. But the heads are held high for Coach Trent Hilliard and the Washington Patriots. This is their 3rd loss, but it is a good one. They've been blown out by 50, 60 points this season in 2 of their losses. So for a 71-54 game, you know, there are some positives. They played an entire quarter without their best player and an entire quarter without their tallest player. So what could have been for the Washington Patriots as they travel to Maryland. But again, it's your Wilby Wildcats moving to 4-0 after impressive performances by Brandon Beeman and Connie Glenn, Elijah Stewart, Junie Garania chip in. But we'll see you next time. Again, this has been a presentation of the Waterbury Athletics YouTube channel and Sky Channel 16. Thank you for joining us on this Holiday Hoops, and we will see you next time.